कुंडी कुंडी मेरी कुंडी
मेरे बंदे को बचा लो।
हमारा है।
Innocents murdered in Pahalgam. Politics continues over the terror attack. Congress leader questions 2016 surgical strike.
कहते ही पाकिस्तान में हमने सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक किए थे, कोई कुछ नहीं हुआ, कहीं नहीं दिखे सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक, किसी को नहीं पता चला।
Congress's gag order call in shambles.
We are there to support whatever action the government wants to take.
BJP labels Congress as Pak proxy.
बाहर से कांग्रेस वर्किंग कमेटी है और अंदर से देखा जाए तो पाकिस्तान वर्किंग कमेटी है।
Amid border tensions, Congress versus BJP rages on. All right, the statement from the former Punjab Chief Minister has irked many, and many even within the Congress party. It's embarrassing truly when the grand old party chooses to make these statements. And this, ladies and gentlemen, in spite of a gag order from the top leadership of the party, that the line the party has taken is that we are with this government when it comes to paying back, when it comes to retribution after the Pahalgam attack. Whatever this government does, we are with them. In spite of that, these statements are being made. When will the Congress party finally rein in all these people who've been making all kinds of statements after the Pahalgam terror attack? That's a top focus story. And joining us right now is Arshpreet Khadial, spokesperson of the Congress party, R.P. Singh, national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and Major General Sanjay Meston, defense analyst. Thank you all for your time. I want to begin by asking Arshpreet Khadial, if I'm not mistaken, the Congress party, the leadership has in fact already issued a gag order of sorts, suggesting and advising everyone to not take a line which is not the party line as far as the Pahalgam attack is concerned. So Arshpreet Khadial, what really is going on within the party? After the Congress Working Committee meeting, a statement of this nature is made by the former Punjab Chief Minister. Why?
See, kindly allow me 2 minutes uninterrupted.
Sure.
First and foremost, Chani Saab has already clarified that no proof at all whatsoever is needed for these surgical strikes. And he has also said that we stand by the government even if there are sanctions imposed against Pakistan, if there are surgical strikes against Pakistan, if there is water supply stop, if there's air supply stop, any of it, the Congress party will be standing by the BJP government like a rock. He has clarified. This issue now should be sidelined and the main issue should be focused upon, which is 26 people were killed recently. It's been 11 days and the Bharatiya Janata Party's government has not done anything about that. There's been no befitting reply. That should have been the case. Second is that when the all-party meeting was proposed by the Congress party, the BJP agreed to call it, but the Prime Minister did not have the time to come and attend the all-party meeting. Maybe something was more important to him. Rather, he went for a campaign rally to be addressed pertaining to Bihar elections. Number two, the people who have lost fathers and sons and brothers in the recent Dastardly attack, people were thinking what the priority of the Bharatiya Janata Party is. And instead of avenging them, instead of getting them justice, the Bharatiya Janata Party wants to be doing campaigns and rallies at this point of time. Is this what the priority of the Bharatiya Janata Party is? And number two, after that, we proposed a special parliament session because the people of India wanted to be included through their member of parliaments so that a discussion could happen, a plan of action could be ready. And the Prime Minister did not even reply to it, let alone have a special parliament session. And number three. India, if I may kindly, just 10 more seconds. My only request is that the Prime Minister has not visited Jammu and Kashmir, number one. Number two, he has not even visited Manipur. My only request that the Prime Minister kindly brings his focus back on this issue because it's 11 days. Nothing has been done. And instead of resorting to, a political mudslinging, let's have a united house, a united response is what to be given. And instead of focusing on this, let's focus on the issues that have been raised by retired Major General G.D. Bakshi Saab, who said 180,000 jawans are less in the army, who said complacency was a factor, who said dangerous misreading of the ground situation was a factor, who said for merely some small amounts of money, this 180,000 jawans have been inducted less in the army.
Okay,
And during
fair
3 years
enough.
of COVID,
Your
not enough
points
been
you've
inducted.
raised, but I still don't have the answer to the question why a clarification is even needed when the party has taken a line and everybody was in fact satisfied that at the end of the day our netas are uniting in demanding answers from Pakistan and with the government, and that's how we'd like to see them. Arshpreet Khadial, I think that's the point I'm trying to make. I'm just going to bring in RP Singh here. RP Singh, how do you look at this? Now, the Congress says he's issued a clarification, but not before what he said. He spoke about the fact that they'd like to see 56-inch chest act on this. Also questioned once again, and this is the stand that the party has taken in the past as well, about the surgical strikes. They never took place. Jaake dekh lo Pakistan is what he said.
The problem is that the Congress DNA keeps coming out again and again. Remember, after abrogation of 370-35A on 5th August 2019, 6th August, Mr. Rahul Gandhi is on record said, oh, wahan par katlo gairat ho rahi hai, this bloodbath which is happening in Kashmir. And 18th September, Imran Khan quoted him verbatim in UN Assembly. Even now, they are being highly quoted in Pakistan by the Pakistan leaders. The statement Mr. Robert Vadra, statement of Channi, statement of Digvijay Singh, all of them are being highly quoted in the Pakistan media and even by the Pakistan leaders. And they want everything should be on table. I mean, what has been done, you are not appreciating that. The Indus Water Treaty, which even in any war, 71 or Kargil or 65, in no war it was suspended. And there's so much of hue and cry already. I mean, they have already said that it is an invitation to war. They said it is an open war now after the Indus Water Treaty has been suspended.
Okay.
Their airspace our airspace has been blocked for them. The bilaterals have been called up. So there are steps for any action to be taken. And we are already doing a lot of combing operation. But what do you do of the Congress Working Committee meeting after the briefing after the Congress Working Committee? It was not Channi remark off the cuff.
Yes.
He came to give a briefing after the Congress Working Committee. That's why our friend Sambit Patra said that it seems it was the Pakistan Working Committee which is happening.
Yes, you know, that's what I want to ask you before I go into...
the first time.
Right, before I go to Major General Sanjay Messon, a quick word there from Arshpreet Khadial. You know, what also stood out that, and for anybody, was that this was at the end of the day, a press briefing after the CWC meeting. And this wasn't just an off-the-cuff remark, and it comes at a time when it is being said within the party that this is our line, so don't go beyond this. Our position is we are with the government. So how can then Mr. Channi take a position of this kind, then being forced to clarify his position? You know, why put yourself in that position is what I'm asking, and also the manner in which the Congress, you know, appears in all of this. You appear like somebody who's not standing with the country at this hour. Arshpreet Khadial, I'm asking you this.
Number one, thank you. I'll answer your question. See, number one is, if they want to attribute one leader's statement to the entire party, let's go by equality, let's go by the same logic. Tariq Ahmed Mir, ex-MLA candidate from Vachi, was arrested for supplying arms to Hizbul Mujahideen in May 2020, associated with the Bharatiya Janata Party. Talib Hussain Shah, ex-office bearer of the Bharatiya Janata Party, who turned out to be a member of Lashkar-e-Taiba. And
you know, Arshpreet Khadial, you're doing everything but answer my question. You're not answering my specific question on why embarrass yourself. Why embarrass yourself? Why take a position at the all-party meeting? Please let me ask you this question. Why take a position at the all-party meeting that we are with the government and then embarrass the party in this fashion is all that I'm asking you. And then, should the party leadership not be seen taking action after the gag order? These statements are made, and that too after the Congress Working Committee meeting. And then should action not be taken is all I'm asking.
The very reason as to why a press conference was done was so that action could be taken, it could be initiated, and the Bharatiya Janata Party could wake up from its sleep. That's why the very press conference was done. But the Bharatiya Janata Party focused on one statement and left the 99% of the rest of the press conference. We want to tell the Bharatiya Janata Party that it was Mr. Modi back in the day who went to attend Nawaz Sharif's granddaughter's wedding, who had Kashmiri chai there in
You know,
Pakistan,
though,
who
at that
had
point in
biryani.
time, things are
All
very
we are
different.
requesting
Arshpreet
is that
Kadial,
the Bharatiya Janata Party
Arshpreet
was to talk
Kadial,
about this.
you know,
So
just tell me, does it not embarrass you as a Congress spokesperson today to sit here and to defend the statements that have been made by Channi and many other leaders over the past 1 week or so, saying all kinds of things about the Pahalgam attack and about what the government has done and not done, and taking a position saying that you stand with the government, but then make these statements and then come out and then explain yourself? Why? It's not just Mr. Channi.
I'll answer your question. Does it not embarrass the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson to have leaders like Tariq Ahmed Mir, Talib Hussain Shah, Dhruv Saxena,
Arshpreet Kadial, you know what? The thing is that you don't want to answer my question, then there's little I can do. The fact is that after every press briefing, each time the mic is put to your face, you have to come out and clarify. You know, why do you need to put yourself in a position in which you have to come out and clarify?
Why does the Bharatiya Janata Party have to have such leaders who have such links with ISI, Lashkar-e-Taiba?
Okay, one moment. RP Singh, a quick response from you before I bring in Major General, please. RP Singh, quick response from you, please, sir.
Siddaramaiah, the Chief Minister, said there's no need for war. Their other leader said, oh, no religion was asked, Mr. Timarpur. Safuddin says, oh, let's accept the version of the Pakistan. He's on record. So, no, whatever Pakistan is saying is right, let's accept their version. Robert Vadra is happening because there's an environment here being built up against the Muslims. That's why this happened. I mean, every leader, their leader, another leader said, oh, pani bijli katne se kya hoga from Himachal. So, it is, as I said, it's not the first time it's happening. It's the DNA of Congress to do whatever can help Pakistan or China to further their interest in the situation.
Okay, the fact is that these statements are often being raised in the Pakistan media, and we've seen that because it's very contradictory. Like he said, Siddaramaiah, the Chief Minister of Karnataka, said there should not be war. War is not the solution. Here, India is doing one thing after the other. Every single day, it's a diplomatic strike. They're trying to throttle Pakistan financially, but the Congress says, what are you doing? Where is your 56-inch chest? I want to bring in Major General Sanjay Meston here. How do you look at the kind of politics that's happening over it as far as, you know, these responses from the principal opposition party in the country is concerned, sir?
Good evening. Firstly, as regarding the politics is concerned, as a military veteran, I am very clear. Since one is not associated with any political party, so my statements should be as a ex-army officer.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, firstly, see, when I joined the National Defence Academy in 1978 and till retirement, 40 years in uniform, one has seen 13 governments. And let me tell you, the blood and the DNA of the Indian Army remains unchanged. Our blood is, or DNA is OG olive green. And what is our mission? Our mission is very clear. We serve the nation and the people of this country. Very clear-cut mission. Unlike the Pakistan Army, which serves itself, the Pakistani generals serves themselves. Number two, they are suppressing their own people. And number three, they promote terrorism. Indian Armed Forces, our motto is very clear. The safety, honor and welfare of your country comes first, foremost, always and every time. Now, if this is the mission, obviously, what do we also expect something as soldiers from the nation? Now, this is very important what I make. Number one, we want trust from the nation. Number two, we want respect and honor from the nation. And third, we want support from the nation. These are certain issues which a soldier will always desire. Now, coming on to the issue what is being debated. If the nation has to trust us, obviously, it implies the nation has to believe us. Now, today we are deployed in Siachen Glacier. We are deployed all over. I commanded my brigade in Nathula, where there was only self and my Jawans. There were no civilians over there. So whatever happens on ground, we are the first persons to respond, to take an action, and therefore the system has to trust us. So therefore, trust is a very, very important factor, and we have to be honored. Whatever
the system has to trust you. Does the country has to trust you? And would you expect that kind of messaging from everyone? Because we've seen a section of the opposition, you know, stand with you, sir, or stand with the army and stand with the government as far as taking action is concerned. And it's obviously a very well thought out, calculated move, one after the other, that the government of India is planning, isn't it?
Yeah, very true. So, you know, one odd statement by any political person, I think it is not in the interest of the nation, because for us, nation is supreme for politicians. Their party, obviously, the nation is supreme for all political parties, but the political ideology, their political party also remains important. For us as soldiers, nation is supreme. So, firstly, I'll be very candid. We do not get perturbed by these statements because a soldier is focused on his mission. But yes, such statements definitely affect the functioning of the system. It's not good for the morale of the nation. Because that's why I said, what does the armed forces want? We want trust. We are there on the border. Like today, we are having cross-border firing on the line of control. The soldiers are deployed there. So if we are telling Pakistan is firing in Kiran sector, or we are also firing, or in Kupwara sector, or in Rajouri sector, Poonch sector, it is based on our statement. So the trust factor is of highest order essence. And therefore, the nation has to trust us, whether it is X party or Y party or anyone. But certain individuals, if they make these statements, obviously it is highly incorrect. They are condemnable. There is no denying of the fact. Right. And even I think the working Congress committee group has probably condemned that. But one thing I must today admit, the entire nation is united as one. I'm very glad all political parties today stand behind the Prime Minister. The nation is one. The Kashmiri people are united with the country.
Yes.
So therefore, I feel that it is a very, very correct time for India to do whatever we are doing. And we have gone full
right,
offensive.
that's what I wanted to ask you. And we'll list that out also for our viewers in a moment from now, if you can just have the graphics up as well. On the steps, sir, that India has taken, I would like to take them one by one, about the kind of, efforts in this direction, essentially, is what we are talking about. We have, in fact, those details with us about what the country has done as far as, a diplomatic strike is concerned. We are exercising pressure in whatever way we can. It's all started with the Indus Water Treaty. We know that, hitting them rather where it hurts the most. Then the ban on the import and export that also has come in, basically stifling trade ties with Pakistan is what we are talking about. Today, Pakistani ships banned from the Indian ports, a decision that was taken. Airspace has been shut for Pakistan. That's another step that has been taken. Essentially, it's a well thought out move. I'd like to ask you that, these are steps that have been taken. Also, including one major one that hits them the most is the deportation of the Pakistani nationals living in the country. Major General, I'd like to ask you, how do you look at these things? Would you say then the government is doing what it can, and it's up to now the government and the forces essentially to take a call, given the kind of a free hand the Prime Minister has given to the forces in the meeting also that it took place?
Yeah, very true. My last statement is what the armed forces want from the country was support. And exactly this is what is happening. When the armed forces are prepared to fight a battle or a war, they have to be shaped, they do the shaping of the battlefield. And right now, the shaping of the battlefield or the external environment has been done. I would say it's a very diplomatic, offensive has been launched. The political offensive has been launched. The economic offensive has been launched. And simultaneously, the military maneuvering is on. So our end state with all this is that Pakistan today is getting strangulated. Strategic strangulation is taking effect. Yes. First statement is the Prime Minister of India has given a clear-cut mandate, clear-cut direction to the armed forces. And I think that has sent jitters in the Pakistan army. Okay. Number two, the diplomatic offensive with what we have gone, all today countries are with India, all top leaders are with India, everyone supports us. So that is another extremely fine diplomatic offensive. Right. Third, the economic offensive, cutting off all trade ties, everything is a fantastic offensive. Next is also the Indus Water Treaty. Okay. Imagine holding in abeyance that treaty has sent such a message to Pakistan.
That's right.
There are total jitters. So right now the actual war, the military war has not commenced and they are in jitters. Imagine today the Air Force, the Navy is carrying out exercises in the high seas. Yes, the army is carrying out exercises. So the end state is, we have not started anything.
We haven't done anything just yet in terms of, an all-out war. But we've done what we can in many other different ways to hit them where it hurts the most, and that's what is being done. But statements after statements from a section of the opposition, not everyone, is certainly been seen as something that could have been avoided. I'm going to thank all of you for joining in and for sharing your perspective with us. Appreciate your time here. We'll continue to keep a very close eye on all the developments as far as Pahalgam terror attack is concerned. And of course, the politics also continues to snowball over that attack.